Best bike disc brake pads. Number 1. Corky bike disc brake pads. Resin BB5 brake pads are made up of fibers and organic material that are bonded together with resin. These pads are for lighter weight riders and riding where lots of brakes are not required. One thing I really love about the organic BB5 pads is that they have a large amount of initial grab. When running these pads with smaller rotors, they will manage the heat better, meaning your oil is less likely to boil, which would cause a loss of power. Another great thing about resin BB5 pads is that they are much quieter. I know I hate brake squeal, and I'm sure you do too. One big disadvantage of these pads is that they wear out quicker, which means more replacing, and potentially more brake bleeds.
For current price, please check the links in the description box.
Number 2. Corky M525 bike disc brake pads. If you do not know whether it is compatible with your brakes, please directly look at the shape of your original brake pads. If the shape is the same as the original brake pad shape, you can use it. These resin and semi-metallic pads are for lighter weight riders, and riding where lots of brakes are not required, like cross-country, and riding in flatter areas. They also have a large amount of initial grab and are much quieter. I know I hate brake squeal, and I'm sure you do too. One big disadvantage of these pads is that they wear out quicker. Also, don't run these pads when it is muddy, wet, or even very dusty conditions. These metal pads and sintered copper-based pads will be better if you are a heavier rider.
For current price, please check the links in the description box.
Number 3. Dimoche bike disc brake pads. Metal BB5 pads are made up of if you are a heavier rider and recommended for riding in wet, muddy, or dusty conditions. They are also a lot better if you are running small rotors, or are on a long descent. Although they are more noisy, and do not have as much of an initial bite as organic pads, you will definitely notice the increased performance at the end of your run. This happens because the heat is put back through your caliper, rather than your disc where you would get brake fade. Since these pads are made of a harder compound that will last longer than resin pads, but do not buy these pads just because they last longer. Always buy the pad that will enhance your performance the best.
For current price, please check the links in the description box.
Number 4. Corky T665 bike disc brake pads. Replacement brake pads compatible with below disc brakes for Shimano XTR BR M965 BR M966 BR M975 Shimano Saint M800 Shimano Dior XT BR M765 BR M775 BR M776 Shimano Dior LX BR M585 BR T665 Shimano SLX BR M665 Shimano Dior BR M535 BR M595 BR M596 Alfine S500 S501, A500, S505 Shimano A01S M07 M07T M07S Ashima.
For current price, please check the links in the description box.
Number 5. Inkski BR02 bike disc brake pads. Specification: steel backplate, approximately 4.1 mm overall thickness. Shimano is 3.92 to 3.96 mm. White check mark, compatible pads Shimano M06/M07T/A01S. Read the detailed description below for compatible brakes. White check mark, authority certification. The brake pads have passed the German TÜV Rheinland certification, braking performance test, including wet and dry test, heat resistance test, and SGS certification, asbestos free. White check mark, high safety highly stable adhesive is used so that the brake pads will not separate from the backing plate.
For current price, please check the links in the description box. Please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.